PK Haldar put under 10-day fresh remand in custody of Indian Federal Agency. Be thrifty to tackle global economic crisis, the PM asks ministries. Awami League, a terrorist party attacking BNP men as election nearing, says folk group. Assalamu alaikum, this is Nusrat Islam welcoming you all to Evening News. You have just had the headlines, now let's move on to the details. A Kolkata court put PK Haldar, accused of embezzling several thousand crores of taka from Bangladesh, on a 10-day fresh remand in custody of India's Financial Intelligence Agency Enforcement Directorate. The court passed the interrogation order today after ED sought 14 days of remand for PK Haldar. The ED lawyers today told the court that during interrogation, they found information about huge assets of PK Haldar in India. The assets are worth about taka 150 crore. The ED officials said PK Haldar had not yet provided any information on whether any politician of the province was involved in money laundering from Bangladesh to India. Meanwhile, in Bangladesh, the High Court has directed the Anti-Corruption Commission to find out the countries where PK Haldar has laundered the money he embezzled. Today, the court also directed the ACC to inform the court about the latest status of the investigation on PK Haldar. A hearing on the ruling to bring PK Haldar back to Bangladesh has been scheduled for 12th June. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has instructed the ministries to prioritize development projects and spend government funds wisely in a bid to tackle the ongoing global economic crisis. She also said government spendings have to be controlled and, if necessary, brought down in order to be able to address the financial crunch caused by the pandemic and Russia-Ukraine war. The Premier made the remarks while delivering her introductory speech at the National Economic Council held to the approved Annual Development Programme for fiscal year 2022-23. The NEC today approved more than 200,000 crore taka ADP for the next fiscal year, prioritizing the transport and communication power and energy, education and health sectors.
সেজন্য যুদ্ধ এবং করোনার কারণে আমাদের দেশের ভিতরে একটু মূল্যস্ফীতি বা জিনিসের দাম বাড়বে তো আমাদের দেশবাসীকে আমি একটু অনুরোধ করব যে সবাই যদি একটু সাশ্রয়ী হয় মিতব্যয়ী হয় বা সব ব্যবহারে সকলের জন্য সতর্ক হয় তাহলে খুব সমস্যা হওয়ার কথা না আর দ্রব্যমূল্য যে বেড়েছে এটা যে আন্তর্জাতিক পরিস্থিতির কারণে এই কথাটাও দেশবাসীর সামনে তুলে ধরতে হবে
The government has fixed the toll of the under-construction Pothe Bridge, which is at least 1.5 times higher than the average toll paid on ferries applying the river Pothe. According to the notification published in the Gazette today, a motorcycle will have to pay taka 100, a private car taka 750, and a pickup van taka 1,200 as a toll to cross the bridge. A microbus and minibus would pay taka 1,300 and taka 1,400 respectively, while medium bus and bus would pay taka 2,000 and 2,400. The bridge is likely to open for traffic in late June. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir today alleged that ruling party men are thwarting BNP programs by attacking their leaders and activists ahead of the next parliamentary elections. He came up with the allegation after visiting the orthopedic hospital to see the critically injured party men in the capital today.
আওয়ামী লীগ একটা সন্ত্রাসী দল তাকে না সরালে এই দেশে শান্তি ফিরে আসবে না এই দেশে গণতন্ত্র ফিরে আসবে না মানুষের অধিকার ফিরে আসবে না সেই লক্ষ্যেই আমরা জনগণকে ঐক্যবদ্ধ করে আমরা একটা নিরপেক্ষ সরকারের অধীনে নিরপেক্ষ নির্বাচনের মাধ্যমে জনগণের সরকার প্রতিষ্ঠা করব সামনের নির্বাচন এই নির্বাচনে ভয় ভীতি দেখিয়ে আবার বিরোধী দলকে রাজনীতি থেকে দূরে সরিয়ে দেওয়ার চেষ্টা করা নেতা কর্মীদেরকে আপনার একই কায়দায় আপনার যেন তারা নির্বাচনে আন্দোলনে অংশগ্রহণ করতে মূলত এখন আন্দোলন এই আন্দোলনে যেন অংশগ্রহণ করতে না পারে তার জন্য এই ভয়ভীতি দেখানো
Heavy rains and onrush of upstream water have worsened the flood situation in Sunamganj. Every day, new areas are being flooded. Due to the flash flood, dozens of houses went underwater in Sylhet city. Transport movement came to a halt as the flood water submerged the highways of Sunamganj and Chatogram. Incessant rain, along with the onrush water from the Indian state of Meghalaya, meanwhile inundated low-lying areas of the district. Road mishaps killed 2 people in Hobbyganj and 4 people at other places around the country today. 2 people, including the driver of an auto rickshaw, died as a bus ran over the auto rickshaw on Dhaka-Sylhet highway in Rokanpur Bajar of Nobiganj under Hobbyganj district this afternoon. The deceased were identified as Shah Roshan Ali and Nuria Begum of village Rokanpur. Meanwhile, a motorbiker, Yasin Mia, died after a covered van hit the motorbike in Rupganj Upazila of Narayanganj. Police detained the driver and seized the covered van. In Nator, a truck driver has been killed as his truck collided another truck at village Boroigram this afternoon. International news. The first commercial flight in 6 years took off from Yemen's rebel-held capital, part of a fragile truce in the country's grinding civil war. The flight by national carrier Yemenia was bound for Jordan's capital of Amman, according to media outlets run by the Iran-backed Houthi rebels. Early on Monday, the plane had arrived in Sana'a from the southern port city of Aden to pick up the passengers. The flight is part of the UN-brokered 60-day truce agreement that the internationally recognized government and the Houthi rebels struck last month. The truce is the first nationwide ceasefire in Yemen in 6 years. North India is reeling under a series of intense heat waves with the temperatures as high as 49 degrees Celsius reported in the capital, New Delhi. After a record hot March and April, North India is experiencing the hottest May temperatures since 1966. Shortfall in rain is said to be one of the biggest reasons for the extremely high temperatures, according to the Indian Meteorological Department. Daily wage laborers and others who work outdoors are bearing the brunt of the heat. The Indian Met Office said in the last few days, temperatures had reached between up to 48 to 49 degrees Celsius. Chatogram test. Bangladesh scored 318 runs after losing 3 wickets after third day of the first test against Sri Lanka. At Stamps, Bangladesh trailed by 79 runs as the visitors scored 397 runs in the first innings. At last, the light flashed for Bangladesh in the test. In the first innings, Bangladesh got a pair of 162 runs with the bat of Tamim Iqbal and Mahmudul Hassan Joy. Though Joy hits a 50, Tamim hits a fabulous century. Before retired hurt, Tamim scored 133 runs after losing 2 quick wickets of Shanto and Mominul. Bangladesh got another brilliant partnership from Mushfiq and Liton. The duos hit 50 before ending of the day. Now football. Lionel Messi's father, George, hinted at the possibility his son could one day go back to Barcelona. Talking to journalists as he arrived at Barcelona airport on Sunday, George Messi replied, hopefully, one day when asked if his son will leave PSG to go back to Catalonia. Before ending, let's have a look on the headlines once again. PK Haldar put under 10-day fresh remand in custody of Indian Federal Agency. Be thrifty to tackle global economic crisis, PM asks ministries. Awami League, a terrorist party attacking BNP men as election nearing, says Fokrul. And that's all from the newsroom for now. To know updates, videos of this bulletin, visit our website www.ntvbd.com. Besides, visit our YouTube and verified Facebook page for updates over NTV's all popular programs and bulletins. Our next bulletin, Shondhar Khobor, will be aired in Bangla at 7:30 p.m. Thank you for being with us. Have a good time.